Good morning, everybody, and welcome to After GMS. It is Wednesday. Sorry.
Oh, no.
It is Wednesday. I know, already falling apart. February 16th. Okay, what day is it, Marissa?
Hump day.
So that's why I immediately started laughing. On the Good Morning Show, I was not expecting that. I was like, hey, guys, what day is it? And I just thought, oh, Wednesday. And she did that.
I did.
And it just cracked me up. And so when I went to go say the date, I was just like, flashback. And
yeah, and here we are.
Started to laugh. So anyway, it's always a great day on After GMS. I'm Tracy McCain here with Marissa Tancino and our two meteorologists, Ed Matthews and Christian Morgan.
Yes, we got a beautiful look out live over downtown Greensboro right now. And you guys are tracking a system that's going to be moving in tomorrow night. But today it's going to be relatively nice out.
Yeah, relatively quiet in the weather department today, and I'll tell you, if you were up early this morning before sunrise in the western sky, you had a treat. The full snow moon, or the full moon of February. It's also sometimes called the bald eagle moon as well. And Lee Capps took this photo over in Burlington this morning. You noticed some high clouds passing by when he took the shot, and he said it was actually difficult to take the picture because the moon was so bright. Now it officially peaks at full intensity at 11:56 a.m. Yes, I know that's during the daytime, so it's hard to see. But if you're up late tonight or if you're up early tomorrow morning, you should still be able to see it. It'll still be close to full. I know we'll have some clouds that we'll be dealing with. So anyway, I think I would still take my shot at seeing it. Something pretty cool to see outside. Of course, live look over downtown Greensboro now. Pretty clear skies, sitting at 32 degrees right now in the Gate City. High pressure in control of our weather today. It's moving offshore, and as it does, we get more of a southeasterly wind or a southeasterly flow. So that not only warms us up, but it also brings in some moisture off of the ocean, and that could aid in some extra cloud production as we go throughout the afternoon and into the evening. And I'm not totally ruling out the chance for some drizzle or maybe a stray shower tonight, but I think most of us will end up staying dry. Of course, the bigger player in our game over the next few days is this strong cold front that means business as it comes by late tomorrow night and through the morning hours on Friday. Could bring some heavy rain, could bring some thunderstorms, and will bring some pretty strong winds at times. By Friday afternoon, it's moving away from us. High pressure is building back in, and that'll keep us high and dry for the weekend. There is a severe weather risk today out over parts of Texas and Oklahoma, and then as that line of storms likely to form makes its way toward the Carolinas, we move into this level 1 out of 5 severe risk for tomorrow through Friday morning. This is really Thursday night through early Friday morning. It's not a big severe weather risk. It's a low severe weather risk, but something we should still keep our eyes on. It's been a while since we had a severe storm risk that we really needed to monitor. Main concern would be for damaging winds if any of those storms do get strong or severe. So here's a closer look at it as we go through in time. Extra clouds, maybe a stray shower tonight. Then as we go throughout the day on your Thursday, most of the day is fine. We just see some extra clouds building in. We mostly stay dry. Temperatures will climb into the mid-60s for most of us. And then tomorrow night when you're going to bed, unfortunately, this is really an overnight thing, so a lot of us probably won't get much sleep Thursday night heading into Friday. Really after midnight until about 6 a.m. as that front pushes by, we could have some pockets of heavy rain. We will have some gusty winds, and that's where we could see some of these bumpy thunderstorms that could turn strong or severe. Don't expect that to be a very busy scenario or a very busy event, but it is something we should keep our eyes on. And notice these winds, even outside of thunderstorms, could gust upwards of 30, 40, maybe 45 miles per hour. And as you go into the morning hours on Friday, we could see some gusts in the 40 to 50 mile per hour range, at least through the first part of the day. Once the front gets by us, we start to clear things out in the afternoon and nighttime, and the winds will relax a bit. Friday afternoon, Saturday, both will still be a bit breezy at times. Plan for today is sunshine early on. We have a few extra clouds this evening. Temperatures are up near 60 degrees this afternoon. And then tonight under a partly cloudy sky, we're not going to get all that cold because we will have that warm southeasterly flow. We'll also have some extra clouds that help to keep us warmer too. So I expect to see overnight lows in the upper 40s to near 50 for most of us in the Piedmont, mid 40s back to the west in the foothill and mountain communities as well. So just kind of circle tomorrow night and Friday morning in your mind and on the calendar is the time frame to watch. And again, I know a lot of us aren't going to get a lot of sleep Thursday night and Friday morning, especially with those winds whipping around. But we do clear out in time for the weekend with a pretty pleasant weekend ahead for February standards for sure. Sunshine both days on Saturday and Sunday, mid 50s on Saturday, mid 50s on Sunday. We get back close to 60 early next week.
Let me ask you a question about tomorrow before we get into our first conversation. It's with the rain and the wind, is it possible that power lines could come down?
It is a possibility. You know, you talk about wind gusts in excess of 40, 45, maybe 50 miles per hour. So even outside of thunderstorms, it is possible that some of these winds bring down a couple trees or maybe a couple power lines as well. So there could undoubtedly be some power outages. Of course, the winds will be higher if any of those storms do get strong or severe, maybe upwards of 60 miles per hour.
Well, that's not good.
No, you gotta be careful.
No, I was just looking at Thursday and seeing, you know, great temperatures.
Yeah.
But now I know it could be bad. So
Could be rough. Could be rough.
be.
It's really more of a wind event than anything. I think. You know, I don't really expect us to see a ton of rain, and I really don't see us having a busy night of thunderstorms. Could be one or two, but really this is a wind event as that front pushes by.
Okay, so Ed, any chances of like tornado type activity, or is that not really a thing? Because you know the heating of the day, you know how you guys talk about that, right?
Yeah, well, anytime you have a thunderstorm, you know, there is a risk, but for tornadoes, this is extremely low and something that we're not concerned about. We're more concerned about, you know, damaging straight line winds with any storms that develop, you know, 60 mile per hour wind gust, you know, within a severe thunderstorm, certainly a possibility for Thursday night, early Friday.
Which, if you didn't know, straight line winds can be just as damaging as, you know, winds from a tornado because they're going so fast, right? So we will just be on the lookout and we'll have the latest on that in the morning on the Good Morning Show, and then just stick with the app throughout the day.
Yeah, our weather team will stay on top of it as always, so.
All right, we're going to get into our first conversation this morning. Of course, you might have to get into behind the wheel every day, and you probably see things and experience things on the road that drive you crazy. Maybe like when you're driving in the dark and an oncoming car temporarily blinds you with their high head beam lights or their head beams or bright lights, as we call them.
Yes, it's a potentially dangerous hazard, dangerous situation on the road, and it's annoying. That's why the U.S. is approving new headlight technology to stop it. Before we get to that, we want to get to our question, what your biggest pet peeve is while driving. Maybe it's when drivers don't use their blinker, if they're tailgating you, slow drivers in the fast lane.
She's raising her hand because she doesn't like it, not because she is one.
Not because I am one, no, I do not claim that.
Okay, dropping your response, we're going to dig into more information about the new headlights that are coming to newer cars. So these headlights have LED lamps that can focus beams on dark areas in the driver's lane or on the side of the road. They also lower the intensity of the beams if there's oncoming traffic. So the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says the technology will be used in new vehicles after it is published in the Federal Register, which could happen in the next few days.
Now to some of those responses we already have coming in this morning about driving pet peeves. One viewer says, meeting drivers going the wrong way in parking lots. This is a good one. There is a big directional arrow pointing the right way to go. Kim says, stay out of the left lane if the people to your right are passing you. PSA. Donna drives early in the morning and hates people who drive without their lights on when it's just barely light out. People don't seem to realize you can't see. That's a good point.
Jatana said, hate when they know you are trying to get over and they won't let you over.
Rude.
Steve says, I hate when drivers ignore parking space lines. The space is already tight enough. So he's like, stay in your area here.
Yes.
Within the lines. Wanda said, I hate when someone cuts me off. Yeah, that's always annoying. Stephanie said, my biggest pet peeve is when a driver doesn't turn off their turn signal.
I asked the question on my Facebook page. Floyd says people that don't keep up with the traffic flow. Kenny says people on their phones. Patrick says people who don't turn on their headlights until well after it's dark and in bad weather. That's a good one. I see so many people driving with no headlights. I go to the gym early in the morning when I'm not on this shift, and like right when the sun is coming up, but it's still dark enough where, is that a car? Is it not a car? And a lot of people don't have headlights on. So it's good to have those automatic lights if you have them.
So you can see and then if other people can see you.
Can see
It
you.
kinda works both
That's
ways.
the important thing.
Yeah. Okay, so many of you are dropping in your comments. We're going to get to those in a minute. I'm just going to shoot mine off real quick. I don't like it when people go too fast in a neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's annoying because you never know. Not only annoying, it's dangerous and potentially deadly. You just don't know when, you know, a ball is going to go out in the street and a child's going to chase after it. We just go slow. I mean, if there's one time in your life to go slow, it's in a neighborhood.
Yes.
Because you just don't know.
Yeah,
Cats,
exactly.
dogs, I mean,
Kids.
anything. Definitely kids.
Yes.
But, you know, you just got to be safe.
Yeah, absolutely. Throughout the morning, I have created a list.
Oh boy, a
Honey,
list.
Her list.
I have my
Oh
list.
my gosh, it's getting long.
The first
Do we have
one-
time for all this?
I won't go over all of it because
Okay,
a lot of it is
go
in the
for it.
comments. But slow drivers in the left lane is probably my top issue because if there's 2 lanes on the road and people are passing you to your right and there's somebody who's gaining on you in the left and maybe sometimes that's me, then just get over. Just get over. You know, if it was a law to only use the left lane for passing, the world would be a much happier place.
So are you like a 10 over kind of girl?
Christian, do not. I am a
Safe driver.
We'll talk
I am
about
a
that
s-
off the air.
I am a safe driver, but get there in time, okay?
Right.
I want to get where I'm going.
When you work on deadlines, you learn how to make it work, if you know what I mean.
Right.
But, you know, I'm also from Massachusetts, and we're not known to be the kindest people on the road. So,
Using that horn a lot.
maybe. So if you see me on the road, just look
Move.
the other way or move.
So one point that Ed made earlier was that, you know, you just have to leave a little earlier sometimes to
Yeah.
get to where you're going. It's kind of like that whole philosophy of Sunday driving, you know, you're not in a rush necessarily on a Sunday, so you take it slow, but not every day is Sunday, Ed.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's like my absolute biggest pet peeve has got to be tailgating. People following too close on your bumper. And that's the reason I said earlier on the Good Morning Show, if you're in that big of a hurry, leave 2 days, 3 days early so you can get to your destination and don't run me over, okay? I don't speed up. I stay calm and cool, turn up the radio, sing a song, anything to keep me from getting all bent out of shape. And if they want to pass me, great. I'll tell you a story, and I didn't tell this during the show. You know, I travel 421 a lot through Siler City down to visit my family in Sanford. And this was a long time ago. This particular stretch of highway was 2 lane. A lot of that's 4 lane now. But this car was right on my bumper. And it's like, okay, I'm going 3 miles above the speed limit. So I'm not going to go any faster. He apparently got really upset about it and raced around me and went zooming down the road and got out of my view. And I came upon him and there was a blue light behind him. Congratulations to the great North Carolina Highway Patrol. He had been pulled over for his excessive, dangerous driving. Yeah, it was
Careless and
an exciting experience.
You're like, the good guy does win.
Yes,
Thrilling.
Yeah.
All right, Christian, how about you? What are your experiences behind the road and what don't you like?
I don't like that people don't know how to use an on-ramp, okay? The on-ramp is to get up to the speed that the highway is moving when you get to the bottom, right? We're not going to get on this on-ramp and go 35 and 45 all the way down to the bottom and then punch it and try to get up to 65 and 70 and then swing into the line of traffic. We're not going to do that. All right, so when you get on the on-ramp, by the time you get to the bottom, 65. Let's move on. Okay? And when you're merging over, put your turn signal on.
Please.
Okay?
Yeah.
Do it. And I'll
Yeah.
tell you one more, too, that gets me. We learned this in driver's ed, and it still sticks with me. I don't know if it's stuck with anybody else in the world or not. Clearly not. But when you turn, if you're in a multi-lane street or road, when you turn, You're supposed to stay in that lane in which you're turning. You don't cross all the other 2 or 3 or 4 lanes of traffic, because what happens is you cut people off, and then that makes people mad.
And that's dangerous.
Like
People do that?
Oh yeah, on Wendover Avenue down by Bridford, it's a huge problem. Like I had one time some guy almost run me off the road into oncoming traffic when we were trying to make a left, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
Right.
Yeah,
and it's tough if
my
you're
lane.
on the inside lane, because you come around a place like that on Wendover and there's a median, so it's either I'm going into the car or I'm going into the median.
Right.
Wow.
And it's dangerous.
Yeah.
And there are people that stand on that median, which makes me nervous for them.
Right.
It's such a busy road. So it's that. There's also when people don't pull over for emergency responders or even just a car that's on the side of the road. That drives me nuts. Even if there's somebody to my left and I'm trying to get over, or I see them, I will slow down as much as I can so I can get over, because that's dangerous.
Yeah.
Only time that you slow down, apparently.
Oh.
Ooh.
Did you feel that?
Slap. Oh my
he's like,
About
goodness.
time I had one
Got
this
a
morning.
slap.
Wow, that one smacked me in the face. I didn't see that one coming, Christian. That was
You were
good.
due.
That was good. That'll be your last time.
All right, let's get to some comments. I feel like I'm always the mediator.
Children.
Calm down. Yeah, I have some expertise here.
Yes.
Let's see. Julie said, I hate drivers who can't use the freeway the right way. Scott Lynch said, too many road rage stories in the news simply because of these pet peeves, totally unnecessary. People just running you down on the road. Jessica Richards said that there were, let's see, hold on one second. Over 15 is considered reckless driving. And they were talking about police pulling over speeders in Atlanta, or not pulling over speeders in Atlanta. Let's see. We also had someone who said, that's karma, talking to you, Ed, about that guy who got pulled over. We had Brenda say, people who slam on their brakes to stop. Anita said, drivers who must get ahead of all traffic by jumping lanes by any means.
That is another one of mine.
She said she always sees them at the next stoplight and there's only one vehicle in front of her. She said they saved maybe 10 seconds. The other is a constant texting while driving. I've been nearly hit so many times by distracted drivers who drift into my lane. They are always looking down at their phones. That's a good one.
Yeah.
And then Crystal said, did they stop teaching about turning signals? That little wand thing to the left of the steering wheel? Perhaps.
I guess they also, I never had it. I guess they really did stop teaching parallel parking overall too.
I don't think I had that on my driver's test.
Parallel parking?
I didn't.
I did.
Oh,
I did.
Not a toot my own
I
horn here.
can't
I can parallel park.
I can't remember.
But-
I am good at it though, surprisingly. But I can't remember if I
We had
it on my
all of
test.
that on our test.
Well, you see, we're older, Tracy. I mean, I had a Flintstone car when I was 16. But yeah, parallel parking, and I tell you what, it's not easy. But I won't go into that.
And 3-point turns.
Oh yeah.
And a 3-point turn.
Yeah, backing it. I mean, it was just kind of all standard, but I rarely have to parallel park because you just pull into the parking space.
Yeah.
Unless you're in the downtown area and you
It's
try to
more
get in.
of in like the city, which that's why I'm
Cities,
surprised that I didn't growing up outside of Boston. It wasn't on my driver's test, but I figured it out either way.
Yeah.
Others not so much if you take a look around. But
Right. Okay. So lots of people have commented here. Does anybody else have one before we get to our morning headlines?
I do have one that I
Okay.
remembered, and it's not so much while you're driving on the road. One person, and I apologize, I can't remember who it was who said it in the comments, the cars that are made to be purposely obnoxiously loud.
Oh yeah, that was my friend Dana who said that.
Yes, it drives me nuts, and it always happens by my house. I live right off of Wendover Avenue, and every night, every 5 minutes, it feels like there's a car going down the street with an engine like that that's been modified to just be obnoxiously
Can
loud.
you make the sound?
No.
Just trying to get an
That
idea.
was my best one. I don't know.
That's pretty good.
Thanks.
I didn't know if it was gonna be like, or like, yeah, I wanted to hear it, so I knew.
Yeah,
You know,
I guess it depends on the car.
those little cars that are wannabe sports cars, they kind of go ee.
All right,
annoying.
Christian, now you have to do it.
Right.
I don't know. I
Give
haven't
it
all
your
the.
best shot.
I don't know. Now the challenge is to figure out which cars we were all driving in these scenarios.
Hilarious. Okay, this is a great moment to transition. All right, let's take a look at your headlines before we get out of control. Well, Lidl gets the green light from the Greensboro City Council. The $1.4 million deal will bring a grocery store to South Elm Street. The decision was unanimous, and this new Lidl store will be on the corner of South Elm and Gate City Boulevard. The Greensboro Redevelopment Commission will review the details, including parking, before the sale officially closes. The city says the deal likely won't be final until April of next year. Well, firefighters are working to contain what's left of the ammonium nitrate at the Weaver fertilizer plant. This is a picture of the hazmat crew standing on top of the rail car that holds 90 tons of dangerous chemical, that ammonium nitrate. The team checked for a smell, leak, or damage to the car. There are a lot of questions, including where it started and how it started. We're hoping to get more answers about that and an update from the fire chief later this morning.
Another Triad school district is switching to a mask optional policy starting today. Masks are going to be optional for students and staff in Wilkes County schools. The school board voted for the change last night. Earlier this week, the Davidson County Board voted to go mask optional as well, starting this upcoming Monday. Now, closing the gap between hunger and health. That's what two Greensboro organizations are working to do with a new partnership. WFMY News 2's Denise McMiller has more on an event today where they're giving out COVID-19 vaccines and free food.
One step further is setting up a vaccine clinic here at their market on Merritt Drive. They're taking their shot at boosting the county's current vaccination rate of 60%, and they aren't stopping there. One Step Further has a nutrition program. They offer a variety of services, including grocery assistance. As folks get their vaccine or booster shots at tomorrow's event, they'll also get to walk away with a box of food. The mailboxes will feed a family of up to 4 and includes things like pasta, fruit, and veggies. One Step Further says food insecurity has been an issue in Guilford County, but the pandemic goes hand in hand with it.
Our food insecurity rate in this area was upwards of 19%. That has fallen some. A lot of that has to do with the efforts of community agencies and nonprofits during the pandemic. We're still, 1 in 5 children go to bed hungry, which means those are the families that truly are not sure how they're going to put food on their table, and especially nutritious food.
Guilford County's current food insecurity rate is 16%. One Step Further hopes giving food out at this clinic will let folks know that there are resources available to them. Here's the details for the free COVID clinic and food giveaway. It's tomorrow from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. at One Step Further on Merritt Drive. That's behind Definition Church. The event is open to anyone ages 5 and older, and masks are required. Walk-ins are welcome, but registration is strongly encouraged. We'll have that link and information on how folks can get vaccinated at area McDonald's restaurants at WFMYnews2.com.
All right, let's get a final look at the 7-day forecast. Beautiful day today. Plenty of sunshine this morning. We'll notice some clouds start to build through the day, especially into the afternoon. Maybe a late day patch of drizzle or a very isolated shower will carry that low chance tonight as well. We're on our way. Enough sunshine could get a few spots near the 60-degree mark, only dropping into the mid and upper 40s tonight. And then tomorrow, a potentially active weather day. Not so much during the day. It'll be pretty quiet, but Thursday night and Friday morning, the time frame we're watching with the approach of a strong cold front, some widespread rain, maybe some of it heavy at times. Couldn't rule out a few strong or severe storms as well. We'll keep an eye on that. The threat would be straight line wind damage, and also non-thunderstorm winds may gust over 40 miles per hour as the front gets closer and then eventually moves through. So we're going to keep an eye on all of that for you for Thursday night and Friday morning. And then once the front moves through, the sky will clear on Friday, upper 50s. A weekend right now looking great. Mostly sunny, mid 50s by day, upper 20s at night.
So once we get through Thursday, it'll be fine after that, right?
Yeah, quiet.
There we go.
Yeah, as long
Friday's
as we stay
windy,
out of
but-
those temperatures where the high is like the low.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Those
Yes.
38, 40-degree days, I'm not here for it. But
No, not
okay.
at all.
Christian, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, Friday morning especially is windy, but we're clearing out. Weekend honestly looks really, really good. Sunny mid 50s, and I don't foresee any really cold weather or any super warm weather, over the next little while. So I think we're kind of stuck in this midway pattern, which is about where we should be for this time of the year.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, can't wait till summer, because spring I have allergies. So
Oh, me
Skip
too.
over that.
skip over that,
Right.
or just tell
We'll just say warmer weather.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, warmer weather.
There you go.
Thanks for joining us on a very lively edition of After GMS. We hope to see you back, if we didn't scare you away, tomorrow, right here at 7:45 on the News 2 Facebook page.
Have a
Car
good one.
noises, anybody?